Greetings and salutations. This is your girl, Outspoken Diva, and it's October, and it's time to commemorate October Awareness. This is the time when we commemorate and honor those who are survivors and victims of breast cancer and domestic violence. This year I had no earthly idea where I was going to go with this until ding, 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 ding. Oh, yeah, I know what I can do. One of the questions I always get when it comes to this time of year, well, what made you start doing that? Because those of you who are new to me, who are this is the first time you've ever seen, in up until last year, 2024, I always wore something purple or pink. Not always, but since like 2007, I wear something purple and pink every day, especially if I have to be out in the public. Okay. That's my small way of, hey, I see you, because these are two issues, things that are out here in the world that have affected my life personally. I know people who are survivors and victims of both of those things. So, yeah. So, yeah, and the first time I did, and then the thing that made me start doing that was one year. I've always gone to churches that that commemorated those things, Foundation Church and my current church. They take, one Sunday you wear the purple, one Sunday you wear the pink, okay? So yeah, I've always gone to those churches, so those kind of churches that do that, okay? So one time I was going to the grocery store and I decided, what, I'm gonna wear some pink, cause, hey, I want to honor, I want to commemorate, okay? So I had the pink on, and I was in the Kroger, or K Rogers, as the trendy kids like to call it. And this lady, my flat was down on my skirt for some odd reason. I think if the skirt had a wonky zipper. And she's like, "Excuse me, zipper." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." She's like, "Oh, I like the pink." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And the lady I paid attention, and she had on a ribbon. She was a worker, and she had on a ribbon that said survivor. I was like, "Oh, you're a survivor. Oh, wonderful." And she was like, I was like, "Oh, God bless you." And she was like, "Yeah, I've survived for 5 years. I don't know if the lady's still at K Rogers, or if she's still alive or not. But they gave me a warm heart that I did something, just a moment, just that me wearing a pink top, with my denim skirt, that someone noticed, it gave me a warm feeling that someone noticed that I remember them. So I was like, oh, okay. So from then on, I always wear something pink and purple from those days on. Except last year. Last year, I had to switch it up somehow. And I couldn't, my clothing, because I had to go to a funeral and dinner on Blanc in the same day. Yeah. And that was the day I was like, okay, so I didn't have any purple that was church funeral appropriate, so I was like, you know what, I wore a gray dress, and I decided to do my makeup. Of course, I'm gonna do my makeup and my eyeshadow at the time, was did the pink and purple, and especially I had to go from day to night because that night I went to dinner on Blanc and I had to wear all white. So I was like, oh, okay, that's what I'm gonna do, those kind of things. And then I think I wore these no, I didn't. I wore something else. I might have had on the pink silver. But yeah, these are rose gold, which is a pink gold. So so I've always done my little part, and I challenge everyone, everyone, do your small part, and not just because of October awareness. Anything that you any causes that any awareness days, any causes that you care about, always do your part. I mean, I have the pink ribbon pen that has a heart in. I think it's an Avon pen. I have the purple ribbon with the feet on them. For people who walk away, leave that situation. That violent, cruel situation. I also for women's February's Heart Month, and I have the little red dress, those type of things. I have a few shirts, that's what the beginning of this, those are like some of my shirts that I have. Those type of things. I think I can put up another shirt, another one of my shirts here, and and I always try to, if you can, try to always get them from places and organizations that give back to those organizations. Okay. I'm gonna try to list some down below, that have merchandise that give back to breast cancer and domestic violence. If you can, like I said, just do your small part, and let someone see that, hey, I care. I care. I give a darn. Okay. So yeah, you just do those little small. No, this just those small parts. You don't have to make these grand actions. Sometimes if you can't have it, some people, donate billions, donate thousands, go donate millions, donate hundreds, donate tens. If you don't have it, like I said, just do that small part on. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I care about this thing. So yeah, like I said, that's why I do my little thing of, when I can, I wear, the pink or the purple, or if not both, because there are times I have put on a purple shirt, a purple T-shirt with the open button blouse, button, a pink button up blouse, that's open, things of that nature, I told you last year I had to change up, I had to do my makeup, pink and purple. So, just do those small things, and whether people notice it or not, the fact that you know in your heart that you did it is what counts, okay? So do things heartfelt and stuff. And, hey, say the tatas, okay? Or my shirt says, big or small, say them all. And keep your hands, your words, and your feet to yourself. Don't be cruel to others, okay? And yeah, other than that, talking to you in adult terms, okay?